The stomach, the small and large intestine, the digestive system, part 3. The stomach. It's a J-shaped structure that can hold 2 liters. 2 sphincter muscles, the ring circular muscles, control movement into and out of the stomach. The esophagus to stomach is known as your cardiac sphincter, and your stomach to small intestine is known as your pyloric sphincter. When the bolus enters the stomach, both physical and chemical processes start. The physical process is contraction of the stomach muscles, mix the stomach contents. On an empty stomach, these are felt as hunger pains. The chemical process. This is where your glands secrete digestive chemicals called gastric juices. Gastric juices contain hydrochloric acid, mucin, water, and pepsin. Pepsin is a protein digesting enzyme. Gastric juices. HCl. It's responsible to dissolve insoluble minerals, kill bacteria, aids in starch digestion, and keeps a pepsin enzyme active. Mucin protects the stomach lining from being digested. Pepsin digests protein, so it causes milk to curdle. The liquid portion passes through the small intestine quickly, and the solid portion contains milk proteins, is kept in the stomach much longer to allow for digestion of proteins. 1.5 liters of gastric juices are added to the food and eaten each day. Gastric juices and food turned and digested make a soupy mixture called chyme. They stay there for 2 to 3 hours, then enter the small intestine. Some facts about your small intestine. It's 7 meters long and 3 centimeters in diameter. Therefore, it's very long, but not very wide. The chyme spends 4 to 6 hours here. It's comprised of 3 sections: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Your small intestine contains intestinal glands which secrete intestinal juice to digest carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. About 1 liter per day is produced. It receives secretions from your liver and your pancreas. Your small intestine's inner surface is covered with finger-like projections called villi or microvilli. These greatly increase the surface area, which facilitates nutrient absorption. Amino acids, proteins, and sugar carbohydrates are absorbed into capillaries in the villi via active transport. Glycerol and fatty acids, lipids or fats, along with fat-soluble vitamins A, D, and K, are absorbed into lacteals, which connect the lymph system and are transferred to the circulatory system. Your liver. Your liver produces bile, which is stored and concentrated in the gallbladder. Bile emulsifies fat, which means it breaks it down into small globs of fat. Bile contains sodium bicarbonate, which neutralizes the chyme. About 0.8 liters per day is produced. Pancreas. The pancreas secretes pancreatic juices, about 0.8 liters per day. Contains enzymes to digest carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Also contains sodium bicarbonate. Water, minerals, and vitamins are absorbed into the small and large intestine via osmosis. Peristalsis is the process in which it moves through both the small and large intestine. The steps are it squeezes the chyme through, it mixes the chyme with digestive juices, breaks down food mechanically, and speeds up absorption of digested material. The large intestine, or your colon. It's 1.5 meters long and 7 meters in diameter. Therefore, it's much shorter than your small intestine, but much wider. It contains beneficial and necessary bacteria, known as coliform. This feeds on food that remains and produces vitamin K and some B vitamins. The appendix is connected to the large intestine just as the small intestine ends. A finger-like organ, about 10 centimeters long, that has no known purpose. When it becomes infected, known as appendicitis, it can be safely removed with no ill effects. The large intestine must absorb most of the 5.6 liters of digestive juices that have been added to food, about 4.5 liters. It also absorbs your dissolved minerals. It solidifies waste materials called feces and is up to 50% made up of dead bacteria. If peristalsis speeds up, you get diarrhea. And if peristalsis slows down, you are constipated. The anal region. Feces is temporarily stored in the rectum, which is approximately 20 centimeters long, and leaves the body via the anus. And that is the conclusion of our digestive system.